Hi everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I've got something new for you today. So Let's Resin sent me a UV light, a brand new UV light that they have available, and they sent it to me to try. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to be making some UV resin stuff. I've never done this technique that I'm going to try the light on, but let's look at the light before we actually do this technique. So this is their resin I've got ready. The other stuff is over there, but I want to show you this cool light. So this is the manual that you will come in the box, and it looks like, I don't know, an egg shaped kind of, and it comes in two halves. So you've got all the product descriptions. It comes with the adapter, which one thing about the cord that comes on it, it is so much longer than any other UV light cord that I have, which I love because sometimes I have to move my camera to get to another section of the room because the cord on the UV light isn't good enough when I'm doing a UV video. So I'm super excited that this cord is so much longer and it can go way over to the other side of my room while me working where I'm always working. So we are going to put this together. I already know how to do it. I was making sure I knew how to do it before I went on. Now it comes with this little piece of plastic. And this is an amazing feature because not only does it give you the light all the way around, you can put your mold on here. I mean, I'll show you. You'll understand. But it will do both sides of your mold at the same time, so you don't have to flip it over. But I was noticing that this was kind of like foggy, so I did take my little weeding tool, and there was plastic on here. So if you get one, make sure you remove the plastic so you can get a better clarity on this piece of plastic. So what it's on both sides, so the light will penetrate a lot better. So I guess I will have to, I wasn't going to do a see-through mold today, but I guess I'm going to have to do one so we could try this. But I was going to do something else differently. So each side, it comes in two pieces. Here are the lights. And each side has a button, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and 5 minutes. So you press the button once for 2, twice for 3, and 3 times for 5, and 4 times if you want to turn it off. So when you do press the button, you'll see a little blue light go under whichever minute that you choose, and then off. Now there's like no screws or anything holding them together. All you're going to do, they are magnetic. Now if they don't come together and they're going like against each other, then you have it backwards. So you flip it over and that's it. They connect magnetically, and that's when you turn the light on, the whole thing will come on. So you're wondering, where is this little shelf go? Well, I'm going to show you. So if you turn this off, take this out. You don't have to take it out. I'm going to do it for purposes. There is a little groove right here on each side, and it is on both sections. So I'm assuming either one could be the top. So you're going to take your little shelf and you're going to fit it inside of this little groove. Of course, I have glitter on it because why wouldn't I? I have glitter on everything. So I'm just going to get the glitter off. Little silicone pieces from the molds that I make around here. So I'm going to put the shelf in there and then reattach, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Now this will slide in and out, but this is where, when you have this on, you will put your mold on this shelf. That way the underneath and the top are going to get UV lighted at the same time. So let me grab a mold. I wasn't going to do that today, but I think we need to try it. So I'm just going to do like a generic mold for both sides, and then we're going to get into the really cool ones that I planned for today. Okay, I got 2 of my little cups and I poured a little bit of my UV resin in there, and then I added some glitter, a little bit of pink, a little bit of iridescent, and I think I'm just going to do like a half and half. I'm going to pour my pink on the bottom and my iridescent on the top. get it spread around how I want it, and then we'll put it on the shelf and see how that works. Just kind of not like a normal, I guess. I don't want just half with a straight line. I can't ever be normal. Okay. Hopefully I mixed up enough. I'm sure I did. So we're just gonna put the rest in a thin layer because it is glitter. Make sure it goes around your little thing up there so we can put a little hook on there. And you don't have to rush or anything because it won't cure. I don't know, I'm just messing around. Really didn't have a plan for this because I forgot, or I didn't even realize it had a shelf in there. So now we're just going to take this little guy, put it on the shelf. I'm going to set it for 2 minutes. We'll put it in there and we'll see how much 2 minutes does since it's on top and bottom. It just went off after 2 minutes. It's definitely cured, even with all the glitter in there. Obviously we can't tell on the back, but there's no need to flip it over. So now I'm going to put my top coat on. I may do 2 top coats because this is a little bit thicker. I don't want to get too much in there at once. Just use my little tool here to make sure it gets spread around. I'm going to stick it back in the shelf for another 2 minutes and see how it does. It's done, so we're going to get it out. So 2 minutes is really good. So I'm sitting here thinking, what can I do to jazz this up? Because I'm not too crazy about it at this moment. It's a little boring for me. And I thought I can stick a little decal in there. So instead of getting my Cricut out, I decided to grab a little sticker. So I'm wondering if I put a little butterfly on there and then UV resined over it, if it would look okay. So we're gonna try it and see if it's decent or not. If I can get these little foil things off. So let's just stick one on, cover it in resin and see what happens. We'll do it at an angle. I don't know, never done that before. Can you see what I'm doing here? Now I'm just gonna dome over it because I was gonna do another coat anyway. Spread it around nice and even. I haven't gotten any bubbles in this resin yet. Today, I should say. I have in the past, but today's not too bad. Okay, now I'm gonna put it back in the oven. That's really pretty much what it, so you can slide this out, put it in, slide it back in, and I'm gonna go for 2 more minutes. All right, it just turned off. We're gonna get our little pendant out of the oven. It is hard. 2 minutes is good. What do you think about that? It's covered really well. Domed pretty good. So we're just gonna pop it out, check the back side. And I think it's gonna be great. Yep, it's a little sticky. It's still a little sticky, I have to be honest. So what I'm gonna do is pop it in again and let the back side get the stickiness. So I don't know if it's my mold not transparent enough, or if the light just was too far away. I don't know, but let's see if 2 minutes will get the stickiness to go away. Okay, after 2 minutes, it is no longer sticky. So I don't, like I said, I don't know if it's my mold or if it was too far away from the light. I don't know, but here it is finished. Now I used the rest of the iridescent and I threw another pendant in there just so I didn't have to throw it away. But that came out pretty good. I put a little pinch bail on there, so one of you lucky people who end up ordering something from my eBay store is going to end up with this. And then to clean them, I just pop them in the light, and then you just pull out the leftover resin. That way you don't have to wipe them down when they're all wet. And if there's any other little bits in there, you just pull them out with your finger or get a piece of tape or whatever. And then those are clean. I'm just going to grab a piece of tape. There's a couple little bits. And then I don't have to wash it down with alcohol or anything. So those are clean. I'm just waiting for that other pendant to get done, and then we're going to move on to what I'm going to be doing on this video. But I might as well show you what I've prepped. Because I didn't realize it was going to have 2 trays, I've already prepped something. And these are open-backed bezel, not opened, I'm sorry, they are closed bezels. This is a keychain, obviously. 2 necklaces. And I'm going to do the UV bubble method on these. Let's see how this did. We'll have to take that out and see if it's, let me put these aside for a minute. I'm just curious to see if the back side is sticky again. Let me make sure it's domed well enough. Should be. Yep, it's sticky again. I do need to trim this one. So I'm going to pop that in for 2 minutes while I explain what I'm going to do. So these were silver, as you could see. This design was on the inside of this one. This one had a design on the inside as well, and so did this one, if you could see them up close. I needed a black background, so what I did was I took some black acrylic paint. I put 2 coats of black paint on here to prep them and let them dry. Now that they're dry, I'm going to do kind of like a dragon scale technique, but they're going to be keychains and pendants. And we're going to use chameleon powders to get the effect, but we're going to, I have a bowl of soapy water here in a straw. I'm just going to blow bubbles and use those bubbles to get the effect that I want on these pendants. But I'm going to wait till that's out of the way. So let me pick some chameleon colors and then we'll start. Okay, so the back just needed another 2 minutes and now the stickiness is all gone. There's that one. Cute for a little girl. So I'm going to put a little pinch bail on this one too. And send this off maybe as a duo for whoever gets the first one. They can have the second one as well, so they'll go in the same bag. Okay, back to what I was saying. I picked out 3 chameleon colors. These are all by Let's Resin. This middle one, the blue, is the intense chameleon powder. And these 2 are the regular ones. And let's see what the colors are. This one's called Grape. This one is called Galaxy. And I know this one is just called Blue. Just blue. I need to wash this off my hands or it's going to get everywhere. So what I'm going to do is put a little tiny bit of UV resin on these as they are on the black background, because as you know, with chameleon powders, it works best on the black background. So I just got a little paintbrush here. I'm going to move that out of the way. We're going to put a little bit of resin on each one of them. Not a lot, just enough to cover the surface. Spread it around. Yes, you should be wearing gloves, as I should as well. Being extremely careful not to touch it. It's just easier to work without them, I know. Okay, now this one. Once you have all the resin on, then we can place the bubbles on. This one might need to be propped up because of the built-in clasp. It's kind of leaning the other way. So let's see what I have here. Actually, think I'm going to do it on this shelf so I don't have to handle them too much. Then all I have to do is pull the shelf in and out. Okay. So now I'm going to take the bubbles. All I'm doing is stirring. I don't want to blow bubbles because I want little bubbles because they're little bezels. Then I'm going to take my little spoon here and try to scoop some up. This might take me a few tries. You place them right on your UV resin. Just cover the whole thing, water and all. It's just hard getting the bubbles off sometimes. So pile them up. If you need to blow bubbles again, do it. Just, you gotta be quick so they don't pop. Okay, put them in, turn it on, and we're gonna let the UV light do its thing. And it's gonna be so beautiful, I think. I hope. Let's see. So what you get is this little crater effect. Now make sure you wipe all the excess water off. You want them pretty dry. And if you don't like the bubbles you chose, or you want smaller or bigger ones, fill it back in with UV resin. Try it again. I put this on for 3 minutes. And we got that nice rough texture. You just want to make sure they're nice and dry. Get all the water out. See all those craters? All right, so now, the only thing I did do, I moved my shelf up to the top one so it would get a little bit more power right next to it. I'm gonna take my little brush, and I think with the heart, I'm going to do the grape. So now we just take our chameleon powder and you brush it right onto your black surface. So instead of backing in black like you would with regular resin project, we're just putting the black down first. And then we're going to coat it with clear. And it should have a really super cool effect when we're done. So just coat the whole thing. Make sure it gets in all those nooks and crannies. Can't really tell if it's in that one there. And then dump the excess out, or it's going to float. Brush it back out maybe. Okay, I think I got it all. Just not sure that spot right there, but it must be in there because I don't see. There we go. That looks better. And then eyeshadow switching sponge, Dollar Tree. If you don't have a Dollar Tree, I did find it on Amazon. I will link it below. And that takes this powder out of your brush, so you don't have to, let's see, what do I want to do here? We'll do this one. So you don't have to wash your brush or change brushes, so you just put that in there. So I'm just going to put this one in the keychain. And then I guess if you want to do kind of the same thing that I did with the little sticker or a decal or something after the next coat, you could still do that. I never thought about that until today. Okay. That one. Change my powder. And I would just want to see how this intense works out on this. Whoops. Sometimes you only need what's in the cap. This stuff is so strong. Now make sure you get into all those little bubbles. That's the thing. That's what's different about this than doing it on your mold. Your mold is going to be flat and this is not. So just get your brush in all those little nooks and crannies. Get all the excess out. And then we're going to fill it with resin and see how it looks. Put that away. Okay, I'm going to prop this back up on my stick. I'm just going to fill them right here on the tray. We might need 2 coats, I'm not sure. Probably, to dome them nicely, we will. So I'm going to set it for 2 minutes this time. This one almost looks like it needs something on the inside of it. Got a little residue floating on this one. So you could like take your time and try to get it out. One of you lucky people are going to end up with these too. So all of you that have supported me on eBay, thank you so much. That has been a learning curve because I never sold on there before. But it seems to be working out. And the reviews are coming back in 100% good. So it should be, should say something that I'm learning as fast as I can and trying to get your orders out as fast as I can. Okay, I'm going to grab my lighter just in case I don't see bubbles. Just don't melt your little tray. Okay, let's put them in for a couple minutes. See what happens. Right, the light just went off. Looks pretty good, nice and solid. The metal is very hot. This one has a few pieces that dried in from the top, so it definitely needs another coat, but check them out. Don't those look super cool? They almost need something in the middle, but I don't know what to put in the middle, so I'm not going to worry about it today. But if you do something like these, maybe plan something in the middle. I don't know. And these should be color changing. This one almost needs a popsicle stick underneath it too. So I'm just going to dome them nicely. Get a nice finish on them. I need to get a popsicle stick for this one. There we go. That's better. This one looks pretty good. Now that it's got another coat on there. Yeah, I really like this light. So far I'm really pleased with it. It's not taking, and you know what else I realized as I'm standing here watching the light come from both sides is if you make rings, like I've made rings in the past on my tumbler turner, you can hold this light over the ring and it will do all sides of that ring at one time. Instead of turning your light or just holding one bulb by the ring, this is going to be perfect and it'll get done much quicker. All right, so I'm going to just stick them in for a couple more minutes. Okay, the light went off. They are done. What do you guys think? Hey, this one matches my nails. Trying to get it to focus. So there's a little bit of color change, not much on this one. Let's see the blue one. You can kind of see. Can't get it to focus good enough. You can see the craters that are there in person. This one's really dark blue though, so it's harder to see. But this keychain looks really awesome. Let me know what you guys think of this cool concept. It's not mine. I did see a video of somebody doing this, although this is the same thing I did on coasters as well as a pen holder. I just put it on a bezel instead. So I hope you enjoyed the overview of this new light from Let's Resin. The link is in the description below for a quick access to it if you want it. That's where you can find it quickly. And you don't have to use both sides. You could use half and use the same thing. You don't have to put it together. So you would have two sides because there is a plug for this one also in this one. So you can plug it in and use the other side as well. So that's it for today, guys. I'll get you some final pictures. Whoever you are that gets them, I hope you like them. And I will see you all tomorrow. You guys all have a blessed day. See you later. Bye-bye.